Well, nothing tastes as fresh as local produce. Chef Sarah Stewart from Juniper is here with 5 farmers market meals made with fruits and veggies from our own backyard. And Sarah, we are lucky to live where we live because we get a lot of fresh produce.
We are so lucky. Not only do we have farmers markets almost every day of the week around the city, which is pretty exciting, we also have a long growing season, which makes things, readily available and super fresh all the time.
And the weekend is a great time. Sundays is usually a farmer's market, and it looks like you've just visited one.
I happened to just spend yesterday the whole morning there. Visiting farmers markets is one of my absolute favorite things. Long before I was cooking, it's my favorite to go wander around, see familiar faces, get to know the people that you buy vegetables from, which is, the best way to find fresh things. You can talk to the farmers.
And you brought in 5 meals here, and when people are walking around farmers markets and they're picking vegetables, let's start with your first dish, and then if you can also just talk about how do you pick the best ones?
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Whenever I'm thinking about meal planning, I try not to over-plan things. I try to let the market kind of be inspiration, and then see what you can get and think about it creatively from there. So this is a carrot dish I'm experimenting with, thinking about putting on the menu at Juniper. I like to combine grains and pulses, so it's a complete protein as well. And we have pickled carrots, roasted carrots, and carrot ribbons. So you have all this crunchy carrot flavor and a carrot puree as well. So you get a complete protein and lots of vegetables. And beside it is a beet salad, which is very similar to the beet and burrata we do at Juniper. I've switched out and I've found some local feta. There's often at the farmers markets lots of changing cheese stands. So instead of just deciding only one particular cheese is something, go get some inspiration. When you're picking out root vegetables, which everything is just coming out fresh, you just want to make sure that they're nice and firm.
You don't want anything too soft.
Exactly. It means it's been sitting out for a while. It also means get to the markets early. Beautiful produce, the best time is right away. You also want to look at the greens. Your greens are the best signal that they were picked recently. So when you're buying product with the greens attached, it's always a sign that it's super fresh.
Okay.
After that, I have a potato salad, because there's so many beautiful new potatoes out right now, and they're just buttery and delicious. I like to keep it really simple. I boil them in salted water and marinate them in a little bit of vinegar while they're still warm. And then dress with some homemade mayonnaise or vinaigrette of your choice.
Any particular kind of vinegar? Just a regular sort of vinegar?
I really like organic cider vinegar. It's my favorite, and it's locally produced, because there's lots of apples in BC. So apple cider and cider vinegar, and it's very good for you. So I tend to use that a lot, along with pairing potatoes and farm eggs, which there's tons of eggs at the market as well. Also, market is meat.
Meat. And a lot of interesting sausages and things like that at the markets, right?
Yeah, and who doesn't want to be outside grilling when you have the opportunity? Yeah, so we have grilled beets and grilled sausage. So you have, the vegetarians are happy too. And then you can talk to your farmers and see there's usually lots of creative varieties. And I like to serve those often with mustard greens, because they're spicy and delicious. You can have actual mustard and mustard greens, and it makes a really tangy, fresh barbecue option.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you talked a little bit about picking root vegetables. What about some of the other vegetables? What are some of the signs you're noticing, say, with these leafy ones over here?
Leafy ones, you want to make sure you're looking for bright greens or purples, the color of it, and looking for no discoloration. When the tips start to turn yellow, when the tips start to turn yellow, it just means they're a little bit older. And lots of time, farmers markets, you see them spritzing them with water to keep them nice and fresh. But most of the markets, those guys are on top of it, and they got up early that morning and the day before to pick all that stuff. So you're pretty guaranteed some. That's compared to the grocery store. Grocery store's great too, but you're guaranteed some really robust, beautiful product there.
And that's really why you might be paying just a little bit more at the farmer's market, but you're getting that much better of a product.
And you can also ask your farmer for suggestions how they are preparing their vegetables too. They're a great asset for culinary advice.
And last, certainly not least, this is always my favorite part, is the berries and the dessert. Yeah, it looks lovely.
I love this time of year, not only when you're walking around Vancouver can you pick berries, but they also have them available at the market. I like to get a loaf of bread, use it one day for sandwiches, and use leftovers, tear it up, and with eggs from the market and a bit of cream, bake it into a bread pudding, just simple with the fresh berries and some maple syrup. So you can get all of those things at the market, and it's about a 15-minute dessert that you can use from leftovers.
Beautiful, and it is berry season
It
right
is berry
now.
season, and you can finish with a bit of whipping cream is my suggestion. A little drizzle of maple syrup.
All right, well, thanks so
Kind of like
much.
it's kind of like French toast for dessert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too bad. All right, thanks so much, Sarah. Sarah
No
Stewart
problem.
from Juniper coming in to tell us all about farmers markets. To watch this segment again, check out our website, ctvmorninglive.ca.